Hello, I'm Claire Anderson. I'm President of the Royal Pharmaceutical Society in Great Britain. Vaccination as a whole in Great Britain is regulated by the government through its Joint Committee on Vaccination and Immunisation, and they advise on all vaccination and immunisation matters. And then regulation below that depends on the site where it's taking place, be it in Scotland, England and Wales, and that's regulated by different bodies. And if it's in the pharmacy, the General Pharmaceutical Council, the regulator for pharmacy, actually regulates it. It will vary what pharmacists can do, what technicians can do. Pharmacists can prescribe. If they are independent prescribers, they can prescribe any vaccine, but they can also prescribe under what are called patient group directions, which are group prescribing protocols. So for things like flu and COVID, pneumonia, and so on, pharmacists can prescribe under patient group direction. And the law has just been changed to enable regulated qualified pharmacy technicians to do the same. For influenza, pharmacists can prescribe independently or under patient group direction, and they can administer the vaccine. And the eligible groups are those of 6 months plus, but the eligible groups differ between England, Wales and Scotland, which can lead to confusion. COVID-19, again, it's prescribed by pharmacists and under patient group direction, and can be administered by pharmacists as well. And the same for pneumococcal disease, herpes zoster, tetanus, diphtheria and pertussis, meningococcal meningitis, human papillomavirus and hepatitis B. And RSV vaccine has been is going to be administered by pharmacists in some areas this year for the first time, but not prescribed. So it does vary. There are also a lot of private vaccines that go on. So pharmacists can prescribe privately for some of the travel vaccines, for example, and they get private reimbursement from the patient at the time of the consultation. Pharmacists have prescribed vaccines and administered vaccines for a very long time privately, but in England it was launched as a new pharmacy reimbursed National Health Service in 2015. And by the 2022-2023 season, community pharmacists delivered over 5 million flu vaccines in England, which has been incredible. In Scotland, it's been a bit slower. Plans came in 2018, and pharmacists are now delivering vaccines as well. So it does vary, and as I said already, pharmacists have been running private vaccination clinics for a number of years, particularly for travel vaccines. So in the UK, we have the National Health Service, and services are commissioned locally across England and within Scotland and Wales by the National Health Service. And the pharmacist is reimbursed for buying the flu vaccine or the COVID vaccine or whatever other vaccine, and then they get a fee for administering it as well, and that will vary a little bit nationally. So some of the opportunities, I think it's been a fantastic opportunity for pharmacy to be involved, because it's enabled the public to realise what pharmacists are capable of. I think COVID vaccination really boosted that, and that's led to increasing people going for other vaccines to pharmacies. And it's given then the pharmacist the opportunity to talk to patients and to the public about other health issues at the same time and build a trusting relationship. So that, I think, has been the major opportunity. Some of the challenges are firstly access to training. It's not always easy, and they have to have training ongoing and updated all the time. Commissioning of the services can vary locally. Funding can vary, and sometimes there isn't enough funding. Time to deliver services in a community setting is the fourth challenge. And then the Joint Committee on Vaccination and Immunisation, who advise the government, their recommendations can change every year, and that can sometimes confuse both patients and pharmacists when the plans change.